Welcome back, Open Minds. Welcome back. Part 2, the Bigfoot. Part 2, Bigfoot. Drone and iPhone footage. I did a video, part 1. It did well. It got a lot of likes. It got a lot of comments. If you haven't seen it yet, it's on the channel. Be sure to like and subscribe. It got like 4,000 views, which is very good for my channel. So decided to do a part 2. The first person I decided to do a reaction video this time to the Bigfoot. The first video is from this guy off TikTok. And all the links will be on the side right here if y'all want to go check out they pages yourself and see the footage for yourself. But this guy said he claimed that he saw Bigfoot, shot him 9 times, and now he got the dead body and he travels around with the dead body to show people around the country. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Let me know if y'all think the Bigfoot is real that he got. Let me know how y'all feel about the footage. Let me know. If y'all think it's real, let me comment below. If y'all think it's fake, comment below. Let me know, but here it goes.
September 6th, 2012 in San Antonio, Texas. Rick Dyer, a self-proclaimed Bigfoot tracker, has set a trap for the elusive beast after he heard of a 911 call reporting the sighting of a large hairy animal devouring a deer in the woods.
I wanted to attract him, so I went out and got deer urine and pork ribs, and I hung the pork ribs on a tree. I scattered the deer urine all under the tree, because Bigfoot is attracted to deer. And in the middle of the night, Bigfoot came back to eat the pork ribs, and I jumped out of the tent with my firearm and I shot at him a couple of times.
Rick initially claims he shot and killed Bigfoot, and soon thereafter he releases these shocking photos to prove it. The images appear to show a frozen body of a deceased adult Bigfoot. You can see a face, lips, and in this wider shot, a full body covered in fur. Rick claims the animal is 8 feet tall, 4 feet wide, and weighs about 800 pounds. One photo also purports to show a long sternal scar allegedly made when the creature was autopsied at an undisclosed college in Washington State. Rick nicknames the creature Hank and takes the corpse on a national tour, charging people to view the body under plexiglass in a wooden coffin, and eventually pulling in close to $50,000.
Eastern Texas gets a ton of rain from the Gulf of Mexico coming north. The more rain an area gets, the more Bigfoot reports come out of that particular area.
Reports date back to 1924, when the state's Folklore Society published a story about the strange case of the wild woman of Navidad.
The indigenous people of the area certainly knew about the Sasquatches that they lived among. When white settlers started coming into the area, they also ran across Sasquatches, and they reported them as wild men or wild women. And you can read newspaper reports and from settlers from as early as the 1920s or even the late 1800s.
Okay, the second video. This man actually has a Bigfoot hand, a frozen Bigfoot hand that he said was passed down to him, and he still got it, the actual hand of a Bigfoot. Let me know what y'all think, comment below if y'all think this hand is real that he has.
So here it is. There it is. It's exactly how I remember it. Notice, see how it's got ice on it and it's all like matted down, frozen. You see, we gotta thaw this out.
If that is a frozen Bigfoot hand, that shit nasty as hell for him to still have that and still be carrying that around frozen. How long he even had it? Like, that shit nasty. The third video is a guy that go by Maximum Fear YT on TikTok, and he claims to have actual footage of a Bigfoot that just sat down in the forest and got them moving around. Let me know what y'all think.
Here is an extremely clear Bigfoot capture. The video doesn't come with much context, but it's so clear that it makes it really believable. What we know is a video-taking trail camera was set up somewhere in the forest. It began filming as this Bigfoot-like creature came and sat down right in front of the camera. The creature looks rather real. From its long, straggly hair to its Neanderthal-like facial features. Its face looks human-like, but too primate-like to be a human. It does move around pretty human-like, though. The main debate is whether this is the real deal or a human in a costume. And because, as I said earlier, we don't have too much background information, we can't confirm nor deny either theory. But all I know is this is some of the clearest potential Bigfoot footage you'll ever see. So I figured you guys would like it and it would be a pretty good topic of conversation. Which side do you lean more towards? Is it legit or is it a straight up hoax?
Alright, I don't know if that was a costume or not. The movements was kinda real. But it still looked funny looking to me. I'll give it about 80%, 70%. Yeah, like 70%. Like, need to see more, need to, you know what I'm saying, hear more to really can tell. This fourth video though, it's a theory coming out the Mormon church about the theory of Bigfoot. And this is their theory of Bigfoot. I want y'all to let me know, because this open minds. I want y'all to open up y'all minds and let me know what y'all think about this theory.
Have you heard of the theory that Cain from the Old Testament is Bigfoot? Let me start off by saying I'm not Mormon, but some people in the Mormon church think that Cain, the son of Adam, who killed his brother Abel, was cursed by God and turned into Bigfoot. Now, the reason they think this is because of a passage from an LDS leader, Spencer Kimball's book, where he writes about how one of their old Mormon apostles was out riding on a horse through the wilderness, or a donkey, and he met a very large, hairy man who was so tall that he met eye to eye with him while he was up on a horse. And this man claimed that he was Cain from the Old Testament. Now, although Kimball didn't directly write that this man was Bigfoot, people drew conclusions that he was. And so now this idea has become part of Mormon folklore.
So we're gonna say the best video before last, the best before the last video. This lady right here, this is the video that I actually you really do gotta sit down and think. You can't just off the back say this one is fake, or you gotta really think and watch this one a couple times. This lady claims that she found a skull and she took pictures, she got videos of it, and she say her story and how she saw it and how she found it and what happened. But the footage that she got is just unbelievable. It's undeniable. Like, you know, it really looked like a big giant skull. Let me know what y'all think. You know, this the realest footage that I think I came across, you know. And be sure to follow the lady on TikTok.
When I finally got down to a skull cap, then I got kind of nervous because it was real fragile looking, and dug a little bit further, and then I saw teeth that looked like human teeth, and they were really ground down, and I thought, holy cow, this is something that probably should be told to the authorities. So I went ahead and dug that up, set it on top of the surface of the sand along with the femur bone, and these are pictures that you'll get to see, and took pictures of it, and then put it right back where I found it because I felt really creepy picking something up like that, and sent GPS notes and everything to the local archaeologist in this area. And this was down in the Mexico area, and it's something that feels really good to find, but it was also something that I really didn't want to unearth.
So what you told me that made me interested was the size of it. Tell me the size.
Well, the jawbone was probably 3 times the size of my own jaw.
You got to sit and think about that one. Like, it got teeth, jawbone, cracked up like a skull that you would find in the dirt. Like, and it's massive. Like, that thing is big, man. That thing is big. But you know they be hiding the giants every time we find giant skeletons. The Smithsonian Museum, you know, they used to show us, and then all of a sudden they just disappeared with the giant bones. Like, oh yeah, we don't know what y'all talking about. Like, oh yeah, we don't have that no more, that exhibit. So, you know, once you find something, your best bet is just to hold on to it. Or as soon as you call them people, man, it's gone. Like, it's gone. You ain't gonna never see it again. But that was the realest footage. This next man got a story. And the story just sounds so real, I just had to put it on here. It's about him and his son. And they claim to found a Bigfoot. And the Bigfoot that they found, his dad tells the story that it was so massive, it was so big that the son couldn't even see it at first. He didn't even know what it was until his dad started describing, like, look at the hands, look at, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then he just blew up like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? It was right there and he ain't even see it. Like, so let me know what y'all think of this story. Comment below, subscribe to Open Minds. And this part 2 of the Bigfoot. Let me know what y'all think, man.
And I saw a human nose, and I saw incredibly massive, elegant, incredible human fingers, and I was stunned because I became an absolute knower in a matter of 2 or 3 seconds of seeing that. And I said, that's a Bigfoot. And we're whispering the whole time because we didn't want him to hear us. My son-in-law's a hunter. He's got bear hides on his wall, so that'll give you an idea. But he said, no, what is it? He could not wrap his mind around what he had been looking at, though he had been looking at it for at least 10 minutes. And so I handed him back the binoculars and whispered to him, look at the fingers, look at the face. And after a long pause, there's this, whoa. Now we're both believers. And I saw a human nose, and I saw...
All right, I got one more video, y'all. This one funny. Go to his TikTok and check him out. He got a story he gonna tell y'all about when he was chilling with Bigfoot and what he saw. And it's interesting, but I don't know if he under the influence, if he high, what's going on, like, but he funny. Check him out on TikTok.
In this video, we have Leroy. He tells his story about the time when he had a conversation with a Bigfoot. The Bigfoot explains his origins and much more to Leroy. This is part 4 of his conversation. Let's watch.
So, after I get done noticing they watching us on TV, we started chopping it up, and then we stepped outside. Dude has a beautiful scenery of everything, right? So he started telling me about the black man trapped in America. He was like, let me tell you something. He was like, they are not Africans. They are not of this place. He was like, they are the ancient fallen ones, the chaos beings. He was like, the scientists, those who look like you that created me, it was genetically impossible for them to clone themselves. So they moved to the Caucasus Mountains and started experimenting with creation. He was like, I was created first. Like I said in my other video, they were too big, they were too strong. So they started experimenting with canines and monkeys and all this stuff. And that's how you started getting all these different races. And I'm like, what the heck? He was like, you ever notice you hear all these Bigfoot stories in all these different states and places and stuff? He was like, because they were there first. He was like, once those who were created last came about, which they were in the Caucasus Mountains, you know, when they were found, he was like, they were in the Caucasus Mountains and they were walking on all four. They were eating each other. They were sleeping with each other, all kind of crazy stuff. And he was like, the Moors taught them everything they know, taught them how to brush their teeth, wash their, take a bath and all this stuff like this. And he was like, and then they got so much of the knowledge, then they turned their backs on their creators, basically, or whatever. And I'm just like, man, this is some way out stuff. He was like, yeah, so we just sit back and watch. He was like, there's a war coming, and we wanted to bring you here to get you up to speed. And I'm like, he was like, you don't remember who you are, but we about to show you. And he summoned this portal, and he was like, go remember. And I'm just like, this is crazy.